Hey my officials, welcome back to a whole new video. Welcome if you're new. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Officially Michelle family. Welcome to the OM family. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I will suggest you go subscribe to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, hi, how are you guys doing? I hope all of my subscribers are doing well. And in today's video, we are doing a little girl talk chit chat. We're going to be talking about relationships, friendships. I got a lot of questions on friendships and everything about friendships, so I'm just going to try and go through that. But before I get into the video, I just want you guys to know I am not a therapist. I am not a trained counselor. I am not a doctor. I don't have anything in reference to giving advice behind my name, but these are questions that I asked my subscribers to send me, and they willingly sent me, and so they sent me the questions because they want me to answer these questions for them and possibly help them at some point in their life. So please do not come for me and say, hey, you're not a relationship expert or anything like that. I am basing the questions and answers from common sense, and also obviously from life experiences and things that I would have experienced in my life. So without further ado, we are just gonna get into this girl chat. I'm gonna give you guys some advice. I'm gonna answer all of your questions. One of the things, I did get a lot of questions on self-care, and what I'm deciding to do is to do those self-care questions in a different video, because these are the questions that I got, and they are a lot. They are a lot, and I see a lot of friendship questions, and I'm gonna start off with those questions because then I want to get into the questions on the boys, the men, and dating and life and relationships and stuff like that. So that's basically what I'm gonna do. I don't think I'll be able to answer all of your questions, but I will try to go through and see if I can answer all of the questions. So without further ado, let's talk about friendships and let's get into it. So one of the questions that I got was questions on how do I deal with frenemies, how this person should deal with frenemies. They are always in your space but keep you down. First of all, if you're having to deal with frenemies, you need to cut your frenemies, or you need to distance yourself from your frenemies. And there's no point in you being friends with people who are not genuinely your friends. Like, I don't think you should live your life like that. So yes, I know you probably love them, but I think you need to distance yourself from them. You can't be around people who's gonna push you down and they're not gonna bring you up. So yeah, that would be how I would have dealt with those people. The next question I got on friendship was, how would you reconcile with someone who would have spread rumors, like a friend spreading rumors about them? I do not think you should. That is a straight cut question. If someone spread rumors are normally negative, bad things. If your friend's saying bad things about you, then people are really going to believe regardless if it's true or not, because that's your friend, that's people in your circle. And so no, I would not hate the person. I'd probably want to have a conversation with the person about the reason of, like, why would you do something like that to me? But I also would not want to be friends with them again, because trust is very important in any sort of relationship. So that would be my advice right there. So the next question that I got on friends is, if you feel neglected by a close friend, how would you address it? And I think one of the ways that I would address it, based on my personality, I would call my friend and be like, hey babes, how are you? I miss you. I haven't heard from you in a while. Like, what is going on with you? We haven't spoken in months, or we haven't spoken in weeks. If it's something that, you know, you're used to doing. So I would address it by going to them in that manner. Now, that's the way that I speak to my friends. But if it is that you are someone that has more of a formal way of speaking with your friends or what have you, I don't know why you'd be formal in friendships anyways, but sometimes people are very more structured. I am just like, and so if you are not like me, then I would definitely say, you know, reach out to the person, let them know you want to speak. If y'all can schedule a conversation, and you know, you just basically let the friend know that I miss you, I feel so neglected by you, what's going on, is everything okay with you? Like, I think that that's the approach that you should take. A next question about friendship was, what would you do Or how would you feel if someone you consider to be a close friend does not wish you happy birthday? If my close friend doesn't wish me happy birthday, I will feel sad, I will feel away, I will feel bad. But I will also let them know, hey, you didn't even wish me happy birthday. And I think that you do have the right to feel bad. Like, don't let anybody make you feel like you shouldn't feel bad. If you're someone that celebrates them especially too, and you wish them happy birthday all the time, I think it should be reciprocated. You see, this thing about people wanting but don't want to give, I have a very hard time dealing with that. And another question I got about friendships is, I'm gonna leave one of the questions for last, but what is the biggest red flag in a friendship? And I think one of the biggest red flags in friendships is friends that are not themselves in the friendship. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but I feel like in friendships you need to be yourself, be honest with who you are and your friendship with me. Don't try to be a particular type of way with me, but you know you're genuinely not that way, because it shows. And I also think lack of like genuine support from your friends, and your friends celebrating you. Your friends are like your sisters. Your friends get so close to you that they are like your sisters, and those small things, like when it gets down those lines of friends not being supportive, being quote unquote jealous, or just not reciprocating what you are giving to them or what you have given to them, I think like those things are red flags. And then you would need to kind of reevaluate that, okay, maybe we are friends but we're not on that level. And that's why they always say to kind of make sure you have levels in friendships, because you know, friends is a big word that we use all the time, but it's not everyone is your friend. They have you in their life for a reason, and maybe you have them in your life for a reason. But those are some red flags that I would say I would look at when it comes to friends. And the second to last question that I'm going to answer on friends is, how do you end a friendship amicably? And I think that sometimes you just need to talk to that person if you feel like you have outgrown that person, or whatever you would have done and you know you can't deal, or if that friend did something to you that you think is unacceptable. I think it's just speaking about it. Sometimes speaking about it may not even be the best thing. Just letting it die a slow death may even be the best thing, and then that way you should amicably know that, hey, we're cool but we're not that cool. But I think in order to end something amicably, you kind of have to have a conversation about it, because when you let things have space and don't speak about it, it kind of gets very weird, and then sometimes it turns into you and the person actually not ending the way that you would want your friendship to end. So the final friendship question that I'm going to answer, it's a question that I actually really like, and I think is going to end this whole friendship thing on a positive note. The question that I got was, how do you define friendship? I think friendship is sisterhood. I think friendship is your friends are your tribe. Your friends are the people that you speak to most often. I think friendship is celebrating one another, pushing one another, being there for one another, loving, genuinely love. You know, friendship is love. Friendship is being vulnerable with one another, and this is true friends. You know, like this is not a conditional type of friendship. I think that is what friendship should be. You know, celebrate your friends win, support your friends sometimes need that support from you. And friendship is sisterhood. You know, friendship is sisterhood, that you, not biological sisterhood, but friendship is sisterhood. Friendship is love. Friendship is caring. Friendship is spending quality time with one another. Friendship is growing with each other. And although sometimes we do outgrow friends, which is, everybody's in your life for a season, I think when you get to a certain point, like, friendship is your friends are your tribe. You know, those are the people that are gonna be behind you, rooting you on, or should be behind you, rooting you on, and helping you to achieve your goals and the things that you want, and, you know, being thoughtful and grateful for you in a friendship. So that would be my take on what friendship is. I'm sure everyone has their own take, but I think generally that is what that's how I would define friendship. So now we're gonna get into the talks about the men's. And one of the questions that I got, and I got this question twice, someone asked me, is cheating a deal breaker for me? Yes. If you cheat on me, we have no trust, and I am going to not want to be in a relationship with you because there is no trust in that relationship. So yes, in certain instances, cheating, yes, not even certain instances, cheating is a deal breaker for me. I don't know how, I don't know if, but I know I would not want to stay in something like that. And I have stayed when guys have cheated on me, and it's never a good feeling. And I also feel like it plays with your insecurity. So if someone cheats on you, definitely, if it is something that you know you cannot handle, it don't make no sense you stay. So it is a deal breaker for me. I don't want my man cheating on me at all. Another question that I got was, what do you think about hookup culture? I don't have any thoughts on hookup culture. I think to each its own. People live their lives how they want to live their lives. If that's what you want to do, then I will say to protect yourself. But other than that, I really have no big thoughts on the hookup culture. The next question that I got is, would you date a man with a child or children? I would date a man that has a maximum of 2 kids. If he has more and they're under the age of 1, I'm not doing it. I ain't doing it. That baby brother is lurking in the background, and I'm not doing it. I can't, no. So yes and no. Reason being, I would date someone with a kid because I feel like I'm of the age where most people do have kids. I would love to meet someone who is single like me, don't have any kids, and you know, we get together. But life is not lifing like that anymore. So I feel like, yeah, I would definitely date someone that has at least two kids under certain ages. What is the hardest thing about dating right now? Everything about dating is hard. The men, the dates or lack thereof, the interest, the every single thing about dating right now. As a matter of fact, I did a video, a Q&A on being single, and I was in the video saying, oh, I am excited about dating. I am still excited about dating. I'm still excited about meeting my person. But guys, yo, dating in 2022 is the utmost ghetto. It is ghetto in the streets. It is ghetto in the professional streets, and it is ghetto in the streets. Dating, all I can say is everything about dating right now is ghetto. Like, every single thing. People are not themselves. People are liars. Men are liars. And I don't hate men, because I have men on my channel. But it's just people are in relationships and saying that they, listen, I can't bother with it. Whenever God send a person, we're gonna know the right person and it's gonna work out. But for now, dating can be very discouraging. Like, you meet someone, you start talking to them, and it's like, wait for it. Yeah, I can't bother. Well, the other question that I got is, do you think cheating is forgivable? Honestly, I really don't know. Honestly, is cheating forgivable? I think it depends on the situation. I don't like to speak about like other people's situations, and if it is, I think everyone has their deal breakers, and if it is a deal breaker for you, then I don't think you should put yourself behind and forgive the person and allow the person to be disrespectful. But I do think that, you know, if it is that you feel like you're ready to forgive the person, you and the person probably went counseling, y'all have worked on your relationship, you found out what the base of the cheating was, who they cheated with, like all of that, and you can handle staying, then to each its own. I think it's to each its own, but it can be forgivable. I think that if you're in a marriage and you've been with the person for a very, 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 very long time, it's not as easy when they cheat for you to leave. You know what I mean? Like, it's not as easy as, oh, I'm gonna pick up my bags, I'm gonna just walk out the door. So I think that that's in senses of that, it's forgivable. If you and I going out for a year and you cheat on me, to the left, to the left, to the left, this is my left, to the left, honey. Like, no. If we're going out for 3 years and you cheat on me, nope. But like 10, 20, and it's not constant, it's a one-off thing, I think that based on what the situation is, it can be forgivable. But yeah, so the next question that I got was, should a girlfriend cook and do house chores before she's a wife? This is a very tough question, because I don't believe, and I was told by a man and a woman, to don't give a man wife life if he did not give you the ring. I do think if y'all are staying together that it should be equal, you know. I do think that if it is that I'm living with a man, I'm not gonna have the apartment dirty, but there is no what can I say, I'm tongue-tied, but you cannot expect to come home to a hot meal, or you don't expect, well, for me, you're gonna come home to a clean apartment because I'm just a clean person overall, or you're gonna come home to a clean house. But I think it's with the expectations. But I do think that if you live with someone and you feel like cooking today, you cook. You know, you cook for your man. I don't think there's an issue to cook for your man and to do house chores if you and the person live together, or if you go over by his house and it's a little bit messy. I don't see an issue with you cleaning. Me personally, I would clean because I'm gonna stay there the night or the weekend, and so I don't see an issue with that. But I do know where the question is coming from, because if you're not a wife, I don't think you should be doing wife things, and I don't think you should be expected to do wife things. And even as a wife, you're not a slave. Like, let's share the chores, honey. Let's share the cooking, honey. Like, no, you're not a slave. Come on. Like, yeah. What would you do if your partner isn't able to please you the way you prefer? So if your partner isn't able to please you the way that you want your partner to please you, you need to tell the partner. You need to direct the person. You need to coach the person into pleasing you the way that you need to please. Now, if the person is a ego person and they, you know, you're not gonna do it in a way to be like, oh, you can't do this, you're not doing this right. No, you're gonna kind of massage them. I think you can massage your partner to sleep with you the way that you want him to please you. And I also think as a couple, I would want to have conversations like that, because as a vice versa, you want to make sure that you are pleasing your partner. So that's what I would do. I would massage the person into pleasing me the way that I want them to. We're grown. I think that's conversations that can be had. Not during the time of pleasure, but of course, you know, you can massage the person into letting them know what you like. You know, you have to let people know what you like. You know what I mean? Like, he lets you know what he likes. But yeah, I would coach the person. I would massage the person into pleasuring me the way that I want to be pleasured. What should you do if your partner's family is intrusive when it comes to your relationship? For me, if I'm dating someone, although I know their family is important, because family is important, I think that you need to put a stop to the family. There needs to be a line that has to be drawn, an invisible line, or even if you want to draw the line, there's a line that has to be drawn in how intrusive they are into your family relations. And that's something that you need to have a conversation with your partner about. I think when you start dating someone, even before you marry them, you need to kind of try to figure out how a boundary is going to be set. Because I feel like when you meet someone, for me, I love the mothers. Love the mothers, love the fathers, love the sisters, love everybody, but trust me, I will set boundaries and you're not gonna mess with me. Like, you're gonna know there is certain things that it's not your business, mind your business, keep it moving. Because for me, I would never, like, I try my best as someone in a family to not be intrusive in someone else's relationship. And so I think you just have to set boundaries in your relationship, and you have to set expectations as to what you're going to tolerate and what you're going to accept, and your partner needs to know that as well. Because honey, families will also ruin your relationship. I would set boundaries with my partner. I would let my partner know, hey, this is getting out of hand, and why, you know, why this is wrong. Like, no, families will ruin your relationship. And so set that boundary, sis. Set that boundary. The next question that I got was, should you live with a man before marrying him? I do think so. I do strongly believe that once I'm engaged with the person, I want to live with them. You know, I want to see if I can, I don't want to tolerate my husband. I want to still love my husband. And I think that I would want to live with you just to see how we work together. I am a neat freak. My apartment or my house is always nearly pretty much always clean. And so I need to know if you're like that, or you're gonna come and just drop everything on the floor for me. Like, I want to live with you before I actually marry you, because I just want to know people. And even then, sometimes it's tricky because people put on. But I think at some point throughout that living together, I think when you live with someone, you kind of really, you know, this phase, see me and live with me. The next question that I got was, if your boyfriend has kids, how involved should you be in their lives? I think involved as much as they want you to be in their lives. If you're just dating, if I start dating someone, I wouldn't want to be all forceful into his kids' lives, but I will ask him about them. I will, you know, follow up if we have to go shopping, or if he asks me to purchase things for them. Like, I'll definitely do that. Like, I think you should be involved, but as the relationship grows, at the first year stage of the relationship, you should meet the kids. You know, you should be involved to an extent. But again, I think it's the dynamic of the parents, how that breakup happened, you know, the mom, how she is, or the dad, how he is. Like, I think you should be involved. And especially if you're gonna get married, that person needs, those kids are gonna be your kids. And so I do believe that you should be involved in their life. You should go to plays, you should hang out with them, you should have a separate relationship even outside of your partner with those kids. Because if this is the person that you're with and you want to be with, and y'all speak long term, then the kids are gonna, you have to love a man kids, and you have to love a woman kids. Like, if you don't love the kids and the family and stuff, then how is it gonna work? It's not gonna work out. So yeah, I think you should be involved. But I think also it just depends on the situation. And I think when you first start dating someone, no, because for me, if I just start dating you and I don't know where the relationship is going, I don't want to meet your kids. Like, why do I want to meet them for? But if I know that the relationship is going somewhere, and you know, we are committed to each other, I definitely want to meet your kids. I definitely want to be involved in their lives in any which way I can, you know. So someone asked me, what do you do when a guy cuts you off and wants to be friends? You cannot cut me off and then want to be my friend. Like it doesn't work like that. Because what he's doing to you is he is trying to keep you in a friend zone, quote unquote, so he has access to you. So you can't cut me off, don't want me, and expect me and you to be friends. Block this guy, my girl. Block him. Do not be his friend, because he's gonna want to come back and he's gonna use you until he is done using you. Y'all are not friends. Block him. Like, you can't cut me off and then expect me and you to be friends. Like, you cut me off and you expect me and you to be friends? And you want to be, why you want to be my friend for? What do you want to be my friend for? What do you want to be my friend for? he has an agenda. I've been playing in my hair so much, oh my god. But yeah, so the next question that I got was, what would you do if you found yourself in a situation where you're not as sexually or romantically attracted to someone as you thought you were, especially one who has majority of the qualities you look for in a man? Sis, I would still talk to that person. I would get to be friends with that person, and I would still date the person, because you may not have that initial sexual or romantic attraction to that person, but that attraction can grow. Now, I would probably give that a couple months, to be honest. And if the person has everything else but that romantic and sexual attraction, that's a hard one. But sometimes I really genuinely think that sometimes when you become friends first and you date the person, you really get to know the person, that sometimes comes after. It doesn't always come first. And so if I was you, I would still date the person. I would still go out with the person, especially if the person has majority of the qualities that you're looking for in a man. Y'all can work on it. Y'all can work on it, definitely. So the next question that I got was, wow, this is a long one. So I got a what would you do if I found someone, I got married and everything, no trust issues at all, then a few years down the road a kid shows up, turns out a month before y'all met your now husband, a month before I met my now husband, the person had relations that led to a child. What would I do? I wouldn't do anything. I would welcome the child. And no, hold on, if he kept that from me, we would have a problem, because then there is no trust in our relationship anymore. But if it's something that he did not keep from me, if it's something that he also just found out, I think we would just have to work on it together. But I would accept the child. I would not have any issues or anything like that. I feel like people like that are crazy. But if it is that he kept that situation from me and then he decides at some point he wants to reveal himself, then I think we would have a problem, because at this point there is no trust in our relationship at all. And so I don't know how I would feel if I'm with someone for all these years and he did not tell me he had a child. But again, if it's something that the both of us, it just happened and the girl said, hey, I'm pregnant and this is the situation, then I think that we will cross that bridge when that bridge comes. But if you knew before, Houston, we have a problem. Like, that would be a big problem if you knew before. But if you didn't know before, then what can I do at this point? I would tell you to take that child in. We would take care of that child. We would be there for that child together, and we will go through that process together. So that's what I would do in a situation like that. So yeah, how do you get over a guy? How do you get over a breakup? If some will say to get under another guy, I will not say that. But hey, if that is what you want to do, then go ahead and do it. But I would basically say to just occupy yourself, stay busy. That's the easiest thing to do. And when you do feel sad, cry about it, go through the motions of that situation or that breakup or whatever, and then after a while you'll get over it, and then you get on to another guy. You know, you move on from that situation. Sometimes sometimes we just need to move on from things, especially things that hurt us, and just learn to just be within yourself. Kind of do some self-reflecting, see where you went wrong, see if you missed red flags, and basically prepare yourself for your next relationship. And go out on dates. Like, even if you don't want to date anybody per se, but like occupy your time being around people, going out on like a date or two, you know, just wetting your feet a little bit, that kind of thing. That's what I would recommend, because men will embarrass us, and when they embarrass us, it's not a good feeling. The next question is about cheating, and I've gotten questions about cheating. So the person said, I cheated, he cheated, and now what should we do? So if you cheated, he cheated, then why are you guys still in a relationship again? Like, are you still gonna trust him? Like, what I don't know what advice I can give. But if you cheated, he cheated, then clearly you guys need a break and y'all don't want to be with each other. So I would recommend that you take a break and see if that's a relationship that you want, because obviously you cheated, so you didn't have a problem losing. And I feel like, though, when a woman cheats, like, she does not just cheat, it's thoughts, it's, you know, all of these things that happen. But obviously you're in a space now where you feel like maybe you are ready to be over, and so you did decide to go and cheat. So I would just say, I think y'all need a break. How far in a relationship, how far in my new relationship should I stop talking to other guys? Girl, I don't think talking to other guys, how are you talking to other guys? Like, you talking to other people, multiple people? Okay. So I think when he asks you to be his girlfriend, like, that's when you stop talking to other guys. If you're talking to a guy and he hasn't asked you to be in a relationship with him, then you are still single. So whenever he asks you to be in that serious relationship that he wants, then is when you can kind of like distance yourself. I wouldn't lock off all of the guys, all of the people that I'm talking to, but I would definitely say, like, you distance yourself, let them know you're in a relationship now, and you know, this is the person that you both, you know, you've been dating, you both chose to be together, whatever. So that's basically what I would just say, distance yourself. I would not lock them off per se, but I would say distance yourself from the other guys. When you are in that serious relationship, he asks you to be in that relationship, not assume or for y'all to be in some situationship. No. Is, can you be in a relationship with someone if he doesn't ask? No. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. No, no, no. If a guy don't ask you to be in a relationship, most times y'all in a situationship. Most times, listen, if a guy doesn't ask you, hey, if a guy doesn't say to you, I want you to be my woman, whatever, etc., you are in a situationship, he needs to ask. Sometimes it's not, oh, are we in a relationship? I want you to be my girlfriend. Sometimes it's not like that in these days, but there is a conversation that has to happen about both of you being committed to each other and in this exclusive relationship with each other. I feel like a conversation needs to happen. I'm not gonna go out with someone that don't ask me to be their woman. If that's the case, then I'm single and I'm just dating you, and I'm gonna date other people, I'm gonna talk to other people as well. Honey, if he doesn't ask, y'all in a situationship. Until he asks and he proves to himself that, yes, y'all are gonna do this, y'all had that conversation or whatever, then you're single. So the question is, I met a guy and he says he has a girl, but things are so complicated. If you meet a guy and he says he has a girlfriend and things are complicated, he is a liar. He is a liar. If things are complicated, then why are you with her? Like, what is keeping you there? My advice to you, my girl, is to say, okay, cool, no problem, that's not my problem. I am not gonna be involved with someone who is in a complicated relationship with their girlfriend, but they don't want to leave their girlfriend, but they say it's complicated. What is complicated about it? I think that that's a red flag. So yeah, that is a huge red flag. If you are telling me that he's saying, oh, I have a girlfriend but it's complicated and I like you, So the next question that I got is about being single, and the question basically reads, how did you learn to be alone and single without being lonely? And for that question, that's gonna be my final question, because I feel like I'm gonna do a video on being single and being alone and spending time with yourself and ways in which you can spend time with yourself. Please let me know. That video is probably gonna come sometime soon. But one of the things that I think you have to come to terms with is that you're single. I think you have to be okay in and with being single, because at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do about your singleness. And just enjoy your life as is, occupy your time, basically use that as an opportunity to reinvent yourself, if you want to put it that way, or to make changes in maybe even your attitude, how you are as a person, the things you want to get into, the things that you like to get into. So that would be my recommendation, is to just reinvent yourself, use that time to work on yourself, work on your goals, work on the things that you want in your life. I think sometimes we think about things too much and we pressure ourselves, and sometimes society makes us think that, you know, we need to be in a relationship at this age, we need to be married at this age, and sometimes everyone's life path does not work out to be that way. And so I think once you come to terms with what your situation is and you're okay with what your situation is, then you use that to fuel you to, you know, get the job that you really want, get the career, go back to school, do whatever it is that you want in that alone time. Being single is not all bad, and I've said that many times here on my channel, but also I do know that people, you know, we are put on earth to have a partner, to be in some sort of relationship with someone. And so that would be my recommendation in reference to like being single and just being alone. That would be my advice. I hope that that was helpful. But this video is long over to be done, and I'm sorry if I did not get to answer your question, but it was a lot of questions. I will do that self-care video. That is going to be the next video that I film. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all of the questions. I had fun doing this. This is very fun for me, very entertaining, the questions. I am so happy that you guys were able to ask me these type of questions. I hope that I gave you guys some good advice, or even just some advice in general, because these streets are the worst. But yeah, so that's basically it for me. Thank you again so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next upload. If you've made it to the end of this video, because I know this video is gonna be long, if you made it to the end of this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I felt like you watched the whole video, so if you are not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. It will help me out a lot, and it will help my channel grow. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for the love and the support, and again, thank you for all the questions that you asked me on Instagram, if you are following me there. And that's basically it for me. Wait, I did not even go into my YouTube. So I also posted these questions. I also posted this on my YouTube post page, and I totally forgot to answer your question. So please don't come for me. I'll probably answer these questions in a vlog or something. But yeah, so thank you guys again so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in, and let me know if you like these type of sit down videos. I do plan to do more, so prep yourself to watch the video. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys in my next upload. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.